Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
Hey, what's going on, family? This is Ty from No Picks Podcast.
What's up, family? Joe, No Picks Podcast.
All right, so Joe, today we're gonna switch it up a little bit. We haven't talked about relationship stuff in a while, right? But I got some interesting content for us to react to. All right, so I'm gonna play the clip, and then you and I are going, make it do what it do. All right, let's do this.
Women, you can say broke. You hate to say broke because women don't self-identify as broke.
Who?
A lot of no. Let's just start right there. You didn't want to say it because I'm telling you why. Subconsciously, women don't identify themselves as being broke. They say another
That's
dude
not
broke
what it is.
because he can't take you where you can't afford to take yourself.
Broke is a mentality to me, and that's why.
All right, your mentality and your bank account is broke.
Oh, women
you can
don't.
say broke. You hate to say broke because women don't.
All right. So like I said, we haven't talked about relationship stuff in a while, right?
Okay.
We kind of keeping it, on some other stuff. But what's your opinion on what that conversation was about?
Man, he was cooking, man. It was like 10, 15 seconds, but and it's funny that he worded it. So I agree.
Right,
I think that it is interesting that a woman will be driving on SEPTA, texting her friend, complaining about a guy's car because he got an old car. And it's like, shorty, you're on SEPTA right now. He has a car, which means he probably has a job or some kind of income to pay the insurance, put the gas in, the maintenance. So he has bread. He has more than you have, but he's broke because his car is old or it ain't brand new or it ain't, you know what I mean? Like, but she's on a bus talking crap to her friend about, you know what I mean? So like, I see women can be something, not all women, but generally speaking, women can be this way, bro. They will be broke and not be able to pay for the meal when they go out on a date. But then they call a man broke if he's like, no, we gotta go Dutch, or like you ain't gonna let me hit. No, we gotta go Dutch. But she ain't got. So this is a female thing, bro. This is they don't identify as broke. They don't identify as broke.
They definitely don't.
I knew it was a thing because I'm thinking like these women's really be out here calling men broke, but you ain't got nothing. You sleeping on a mattress, your mirror's dirty, and your pictures and your profile, like, but don't call somebody broke. So what do you think, bro? You agree with boy?
Listen, I'm gonna take it a step further. I definitely agree with Bull. Yeah. But yo, Joe, let me ask you. Like, I've always wanted to have this conversation with him. You know, I'm going to talk to. Listen, I'm going to have this conversation still, but I'm gonna have it with you first, bro. Let me ask you. All right, in your opinion, like, listen, we have never had this conversation before. I have no idea what your opinion is on this topic, right? But if a woman makes $45,000 a year, right? And a man makes $45,000 a year that's trying to court her, do you think to her he's broke?
Yes. Yes. I do. I absolutely do. I do. And it doesn't make, and the thing is, it doesn't make sense, but men, we accept, we know it though. In our mind, it's like, it doesn't compute. Yeah. But we know that it's a thing, though. We just know it. Like, we just know it, bro. Absolutely. If we're making the same amount, it don't matter. I'm still Dusty. If I make the same amount, I'm still a Dusty.
The same amount as her. The same amount as her.
Yeah.
But you're broke, and her financial situation is ambiguous. It's like, I'm trying to figure it out, blah, blah. But he's the broke one.
Right.
And that always interests me. Because, like, when women... I have to bring him up again. I'm sorry, but listen, I have to bring up Kevin Samuels.
The Godfather, bring it up.
I got to bring him up. Listen, when I first started watching him, it was during the pandemic, right? It was when nobody could go outside, and his Average at Best video came out, and I started watching all his content. Right? He saves his most, incendiary comments for men. Right? He tells men, "Hey, you broke. You got a small dick. You ain't got you fucking fat, right? Well, he says that to women too,
right?
But you fat, you got to lose some weight, whatever, like blah blah. You shouldn't be worrying about women right now at all, right? But nobody talks about that when they talk about Kevin Samuels. They just talk about what he says about women,
right?
Right? Cool. Let's take that. All right, cool. Because it hit different when you criticize women than men. Because nobody cares when you criticize men. Everybody laughs, high fives each other. Even men do, right? Even us in a room. You and I in a room together, say two other dudes in there. One of the dudes is corny. He talking about, yo, I should be fucking Beyonce. We laugh at him immediately in real time.
Roast.
Right? But women, they move differently, right? We understand that. We take that in stride and we move on, right? However, but with Kevin Samuels, what he kind of illuminated to me was that women all want the same dude, right? So regardless, they describe him differently, right? But they all want the same dude. They all want the dude that's making 400, 500, $1 million plus a year, regardless of their own situation.
Right.
So the dudes that they normally qualify for, she's a 5. She qualifies. She's a 5. She makes $40,000 a year. She don't want a equal 5 making $40,000 a year. To her, he's broke, and she don't want him.
Right.
And they say this all the time. They be like, in some of the videos, they actually laugh and giggle. They be like, oh, okay, I'm not trying to get with no man. They've never met those men before in their lives, right? They've never met a man making $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 before in their life, but they just know in their heart, in their soul, they can just get them. They can find them somewhere, rope them in with their 4 kids and 4 baby dads, and just rope them in and make them their own, right?
Right.
So I say that to say this: women, although they don't want to say, "Hey, we have a rating system," they have a rating system because the higher quality dudes get more leeway than the lower quality, the people that they deem lower quality dudes. But I would argue, but the people that they deem lower quality dudes are actually their own level. They just don't want to see it that way.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's an interesting dynamic as far as women go, because if you make 40 and he makes 40, he's broke. But you make 40 and you just trying to figure it out. You just, you out here, trying to figure it out. But you don't give him that same grace. You won't assume that he's just trying to figure it out and he's trying to figure out a way to make 80. He's just a broke ass nigga and you don't want nothing to do with him.
Right.
So, yeah. but a woman living in her mom crib at 40 or 30, like 30 to 40, don't see herself as a loser.
Oh.
But she'll see a man in that same predicament as a loser.
Right. And it makes no sense. And because you brought up The Godfather, rest in peace, I miss you, brother. But he would say this too, where he's just like, he would talk to some of the women, and he'd be like, if you were a man, you would be a loser. He's like, right. So he was like, so I keep that same energy for men and women, because if you were a man living at home with your parents, making bare minimum wage, broke, can't afford to pay your bills, like this, like you would be called a nothing going on in your life, nothing. You would be a loser. So he's like, no, women aren't exempt from that. You'd be a loser. So yeah, I think we should be just as harsh on the women too, bro. I'm sorry, like you a dusty just like them other dusty bros.
Right. But women are like, hold on, wait. This is what I wish women would say, and I feel like I would be more understanding to their arguments. If they just say, no, the rules don't apply to me because I have a vagina. If you just said that, I think I would think differently of the whole men and women kind of whole like back and forth situation.
Yeah.
But because they don't say that, and the arguments that they typically make are nonsensical, I'm hard on that shit. I'm like, dude, this shit don't make sense. This shit makes sense to you only, and only people who have your anatomy. But for other people, it don't make any sense.
It doesn't.
Like, just like when women say, hey, you know what? When they talk to men and they say, hey, what do you bring to the table? And the man's got to bring money, right? Because with the things that men have to bring to the table are tangible, right? Yeah. It's like you could touch it, you could feel it. Hey, money, security. A nigga come in the house, I gotta go fight that nigga. You know what I mean? Like I got with my bare hands, a bear come in the house, right? Like
bear come down. Man,
I gotta go fight. Like, I gotta make sure you're protected. I gotta make sure you have, a roof over your head, right? That's something you could touch. Women say they bring to the table is normally like, I can love you, bitch. I can love you too. I can be there for you, bitch. I can be there for you too. I can make you come. I can make you come too. Like the things that you bring aren't tangible. There aren't things you can touch. There are things that anybody can bring, right? Right. So I just wish that when men say, okay, cool, what do you bring to the table? They say, hey, I have a vagina. And I think that would have, for me anyway, I can't speak for you, right? But for me anyway, it would kind of put things in perspective, because I'm like, okay, cool. At least they understand, like, okay. Because listen, I think women have inherent value.
Yeah.
That thing that they got is very, very valuable.
They do.
Right?
Women have innate value. Yes, they have it. Yes.
Men will kill. Men have killed, right? I would argue, like I've had this argument. Men have gone to war, right? Listen, you take my woman, we going to war. Like I will definitely take you out, or you'll take me out. Somebody getting taken out, right? Like, but like it's just it's silly to believe or to have this conversation. It's like, okay, well, we're equal in every sense of the word. No, we're not. You have a vagina, so the scales are tipped differently because you don't have to bring the same things to the table as I do.
Yeah. And, but it doesn't change the fact that in my opinion, that those women are still losers. You're a loser. If you were a guy, you would be a loser. I'm sorry. In my mind, you're still a damn loser, and I don't let women off the hook for that. Especially when there's shorties out there who are dusty, calling other men broke, and it's like you
dusty. Are calling other men dusty. Right?
You know what I mean? Like Dusty McDust. Like who are you talking about, man? Like, come on, bro.
your whole retirement strategy is to get 50% of your husband's income.
Right.
That's your whole retirement strategy.
Yeah, that's the
bag. 7.
That's the bag.
Never made $1 in her life. She never had like why are you speaking on men's issues as if you have any kind of stake in this? No, your whole stake is having somebody take care of you. If that dude that you dating not taking care of you, what you gonna do? You gonna just die in the street because you have no other skills other than pleasing a man and being pleasing to a man.
Right. Right. And they be capping, bro, because we also know that they act like we don't know. Like people talk, and now we have social media, now we have the internet. We know that when y'all go out with these girls to these girl dates, y'all splitting the bills. Ain't no one person covering all the costs. Y'all split all the bills, split all the tabs. Y'all don't order as lavishly as y'all do as if y'all on a date with a man. Y'all order more modestly. Like y'all not balling like that. They be capping, bro.
How about this, Joe? How about this? Have you ever you see these dating shows, right? When there are women, right? When there are women, let's say Kendra G show, when there are women on there saying, "Hey, I'm bisexual. I can take a man or a woman." The criteria for a man, guess what that shit is? Just you and I have never had this conversation before. For anybody listening to this fucking pod right now, what is the criteria for a man for a woman who's cool with either dating a woman or a man? What's the criteria for a man? What does he have to bring?
I would say 6 figures, 6 feet tall, maybe 6-pack abs.
But he got to pay all the bills. Right?
He has to provide. Right? He's got to provide.
He got to provide.
He has to provide.
But when those same women who are bisexual, right, talk about the women that they would accept, do you think they have to say the woman has to provide for them 100%? They will go 50-50 with the woman.
Right.
But with the man, you got to pay all the bills.
You got to pay everything. And man, bro, and it makes sense to them. It makes sense to them. And I still question, like, who pays for the dates? Who does what? Like, in those relationships with women and women, I'm like, how does that work? Like, who does the courting? Like, who does I don't know. Is it the more stud one? Is it the one that looks more masculine? Like, who does all that? Like, that's so interesting, bro. But no, you're right. Provider is a requirement for a man, but not for a shorty.
Only. Even when a woman is cool with dating either one, she'll be like, "Listen, I will help you pay bills if you're a woman, but if you're a man, now you gotta pay all the bills." They'll say that shit right on the camera with no issue at all, and they don't think it's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah, no, absolutely, bro. And yeah, you're right. So the boy was cooking. He's right. Women don't self-identify as broke.
No,
I think that's a bar, bro. Like I agree. I'm thinking about it. I'm like, that's so true because they won't say they're broke. They'll just say I haven't found the right man yet, or I'm messing with the wrong dude. You know what I mean? Like they won't say they're broke though. It's like no, you're broke.
And for anybody that's watching this, let's say any woman, right, that's looking at this and being like, "Yo, these two are like misogynistic, whatever," right? Ask yourselves this. If you make $40,000 a year and a guy that's courting you make $40,000 a year, do you consider him broke?
Right.
Do you consider him broke? And if you do consider him broke, do you also consider yourself broke?
Right.
Because you make the same amount as him. If you can answer that question and look and you comment, please. If you can answer that question and put this in perspective for us, because I've talked to a lot of women in my life, and I've never talked to a woman that thought she was broke. Only the men that can't get her are broke, but she's not broke.
Right. Well, yep. They out here broke, bro. And I'll add a final thought. My final thought? And Kevin Samuels used to say, "Rest in peace, Godfather." He used to drop jewels, bro. Like we have the knowledge. It's here. The wisdom is here. Like he would say, "This is how you know a woman truly, it really like is into you, if she spends money on you." Because women do not like to spend bread on men, bro. They don't
No,
want to go
no,
50-50.
no.
They don't want to pay no bills. You better have the gas all the way up. I ain't giving you no money for gas. Like, no, the man will
Yeah,
provide all of that. So, like, if a woman wants to spend bread on you, best believe her broke, dusty ass really likes you because she's spending money that she ain't got on you. So that's one way to tell too if a shorty's really into you. And I'm like, listen, like that for me is like a litmus test. Does she like to spend any bread at all on you? You know what I mean? Like, so anyway, yeah, I agree. That's my final thought. What you got, bro?
I ain't got nothing. Listen, like, comment, subscribe. Listen, this episode for me is about the ladies. Listen, if there's any ladies that listen to this, please comment. Let us know if we off base, if we tripping, if we misogynist, because I'm sure that's a label that y'all love to give us. Let us know also if you know the meaning of misandrist. However, let's move forward. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's have a conversation about this. Tell us what y'all thought about the. I mean, listen. Do you self-identify as broke? I would like to know that. All right. Till next time.
Until next time.